Yo, we're on and popping right now, man. A lot of dudes couldn't get a very, very clear, concise video of it, even though everybody got a camera phone right now. But pretty much what happened is, based on what Safaree is saying, who was Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend, whatever, Meek Mill pulled up, hopped out the whip, looked like it was just gonna be him and Meek Mill, and then mad dudes came from around the way and just started beating the hell out of Safaree. The one thing I don't understand though, is if you running up at the mouth, if you're Safaree, right, and you're running up at the mouth and you're saying all this stuff, let's just be clear right now so everybody understands what's going on. Hip-hop beef, this ain't the beginning of hip-hop beef, this won't be the end. But understand something, the levels of the thuggery comes into play with the amount of money you have. Now, people think just because Drake went off on Meek Mill and, you know, pretty much just, I don't want to say ended him, but kind of took away from a lot of his luster, that Meek Mill doesn't have money still. That's all false. Meek Mill is making money. Meek Mill has money. So with money, if you know and come from certain parts of the world, you know what I'm saying, aka the hood, you know who you need to keep around you. So just keep that in mind when we start talking about this right now. Because a lot of people run off at the mouth and don't understand. Doesn't matter that, you know, on a hip hop level right now, Drake having more clout, he obviously got more of the masses. It was a situation where people didn't even give Meek Mill a chance. You see what I'm saying? And then you had like when Joe Budden came at Drake, even though he had some hot bars, nobody really paid attention to it because Drake is Drake. So pretty much it's like a bias with it. Nicki Minaj, Remy Ma killed her, but then it turned into a legal battle where they had to take it off of iTunes because Nicki Minaj has more clout. That's just the way it is. So money comes into play right now. Meek Mill, in his position, maybe at one point he would have hopped out, did it by himself. He got money now. You see what I'm saying? So it's like with great powers comes great responsibility. With money comes smarter thinking. If you're from the hood, you don't really want to be in the video because you know somebody's gonna snitch. So with Safaree putting out all these things on Twitter like, yo bro, you know, Meek Mill is a P and all kind of stuff like that, that doesn't really matter though. You see what I'm saying? Because you supposed to be also a street dude. You see what I'm saying? So you know it ain't gonna be no fair ones right now. Nobody's shooting fair ones, bruh. Like I haven't seen a fair fight since probably in the mid-90s. People are shooting, so he got to be happy that there was no gunshots. You see what I'm saying? He's lucky he only got jumped and beat up with fists. If you're thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, people have to be really, really, you got to understand it. Look, both of you guys had Nicki Minaj, right? I don't even know what this beef is about, because if I'm Meek Mill, I'm worried about my career. I'm trying to make sure I got this bread, because right now, you got to try to keep your people going. You know what I'm saying? You got to start putting out your fire mixtapes. You got to be trying to get, you know, more clout with what you're trying to do, because I don't think he's ever fully rebounded after that whole back-to-back and all the other craziness that Drake was doing to him. Because that was, yo, you go into the club, back-to-back was a hit single. I don't think that's ever been done before. Like a diss track is just a hit single in the club. I've never seen that before, bro. Like you walk into the club, they were really banging back-to-back. Like it was everywhere. I don't know what Meek Mill, and you know, they had that song him and Nicki Minaj put out, and you know, when they were together, they were doing collabs and all that stuff like that. But just as Drake predicted, I don't want to hear about this ever again. Not even when she tell them that they better as friends. Like everybody already knew Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill wasn't gonna last. And to keep in mind that while Nicki was with Meek Mill, she was also cited on several pictures with Safaree. So I don't know what was going on with that, if she was just playing them outright or whatever the deal was with that, but that's neither here nor there. The bottom line is this: Safaree's running around calling Meek Mill all kinds of names right now, but you gotta understand, if you a street dude, if I got beef with somebody, bruh, and I see the dude, I know that dude is not by himself, because I know, you gotta know who your enemy is. Like Meek Mill's not a broke dude that's just hanging out on the corner, you know, slanging rocks, bruh. The dude, you know, he sold albums, he's made money. You know what I'm saying? So now this becomes a bigger thing, because now it's like, all right, I got jumped. Everybody knows I got jumped. I got to create a story to where it's like, yo, I didn't see nobody. Like, bruh, this is part of the game. Getting jumped is part of the game, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So people need to understand that this foolishness that they're doing right now, just keep in mind, Drake ain't going to be involved with nothing like this. Why? Because he's going to pay the right amount of people to make sure he's not involved in nothing like this. This is all foolishness. It's about getting your money. You don't see Nicki Minaj out there trying to fight Remy Ma. She's talking a good game and doing all that stuff like that, but she knows it's all for sale. She's above that right now. Once you elevate yourself from the street, you never forget what the streets were, but you got to be smarter when operating with people around the streets. You see what I'm saying? Like Sean Kingston, dude just taking his chain. He was a dude that was singing love songs. You don't got no business trying to fight with Game and all these dudes. People got to understand where they are. You know what I'm saying? And don't try to get so involved with it. Don't try to act like, like Safaree, why are you trying to, I don't even know what they're doing. But the bottom line is this, don't expect a fair fight when you're dealing with dudes that got money now. Nobody is fighting fair unless you're gonna do it in the ring and make it like a UFC match and you go talk to Dana White and make it like that. That's the only way. I don't know why they didn't start doing that yet, because that'll make a lot of money, because a lot of dudes want to see hip hop dudes fight. That'll probably be the better way, but this right here is just stupid, because all that's gonna happen is somebody gonna snitch and you gonna, yo bro, the feds, let's go. That's all that's gonna happen right now. So you're making news and you're on Twitter, you're running up at the mouth, not realizing that everybody's seeing what you're saying, and then you're saying threatening statements and wondering why the feds picking you up. Like, what part of the game is that? Now you're snitching on yourself, but you a gangster. Listen, man, I don't know what's going on. All I'm telling you is this. Don't be so concerned about what happens with this, because Nicki Minaj is going to make sure that she keeps her distance from it now, because she can't really be involved with this kind of stuff. Even though, yeah, she's from Queens, New York, whatever like that. It don't matter right now. Keep in mind, it's all about money and promotion. That's what it's about. And Safaree's got a couple knuckles, dog. And now we got to see if he's going to snitch. Because if somebody gets arrested, Meek Mill gonna put it in the song, and it's gonna be on and popping from that, that point forward. Let's see how this turns out. I'll holler at you guys and girls later. One love.